I'm Janet, and Tracy is behind the camera. You'll see her in a moment, and we are on the Carnival Celebration in room 12521, which is an aft cabin. Now, when you come into the room, you find that it actually feels pretty spacious. It has these blues and these greens, which is fine. We find that the decor is a little more updated than the last time we were on a Carnival, which was in the Carnival Breeze. Now, when you look at the kind of living area before you get to the bedroom area, you have this credenza, a very long shelf space which you can be able to put things in and charge things, which is great because you have not one, not two, but three, but four USBs, plus you have three 110s. There are no 220s here. Now, what is nice is you have this nice large lit mirror, which is very nice. You do have three drawers, although the top drawer is fairly narrow, but you do have two decent sized drawers underneath that, and you do have a mini fridge. Now, there is nothing in the mini fridge when you come in, but it is there, so if you do bring drinks aboard, you can basically put that in to be able to cool those down. Now, what is interesting is underneath the mirror in the shelf here is you have a piece of furniture that really has three purposes. First of all, it serves as a pretty nice cushioned seat, so you can sit there as you're getting ready. You can take the top off and you find that it actually is an additional storage space which you can put things, and then if you flip that lid upside down, it actually becomes a table which you can do room service. Speaking of room service, where you can sit is over here on this pretty good sized couch. Now, unlike the Carnival Breeze, which we gave you a tour a couple years ago, I'll put a link up here on the right side of the screen. It's not that vinyl that we used to. It actually is cloth or fabric. The problem with fabric is it stains. We can see that, but that does pull out to be its own bed.
Right behind me, we have the king size bed because we did notice that there are two twins pushed together. It seems pretty comfortable, although I think I'm going to have to order a mattress topper for it. It does have on both sides of the bed USB ports, which is really nice, and two small bookshelves. It does also have little reading lamps, individual on each side, and then there's a master control to the lighting in the room because it does have some backlighting behind the bed. And in front of the bed, you have the television. It looks somewhat interactive. It does have your count, and you can watch movies on there.
Now, to be honest, I was actually kind of disappointed with the lack of drawer space you had near the bed or in the credenza in the living area. That is until I looked at the closets. Not one closet, but two closets. You have this closet here, which is closest to the living area, which is great because on either side is full-length hanging, so you can have long dresses or long garments on either side. However, there is fold-out shelves so that if you want to be able to have more areas to be able to put folded clothes, you can make the decision on how you want to do that yourself. Also, on the inside door of this closet, you have a full-length mirror, which is actually fantastic. Now, in the closet that is nearest to the door, now on the left side is one, again, is a full-length hanging area, so you can have those long garments. However, it also does have those adjustable shelves, so you can have folding space. On the right side of that closet, what you have is a half shelf or a half hanging area, ideal for shirts or slacks as you hang those. Underneath that, what you have is you have your safe. Underneath that, you have some chrome metal drawers which you can be able to put folded clothes. And what I think is really nice is at the very bottom, you actually have a pull-out shelf, which is ideal for shoes.
We had a lot of space for storage. We don't have quite as much in the bathroom, but we're going to make this work. The one thing I really like about it is a couple of things, actually. They have a makeup mirror, so it has like a magnification mirror. Really good lighting in here if I chose to get ready in here. And there is two shelves where we can put toiletries, cosmetics, and whatnot. The toilet's right here, and the sink is quite small. This is smaller than we had on our last cruise, and the shower itself is pretty small as well. This is bigger than our RV, but it is not big by any stretch, but I think this is a perfect size for one person.
All right, so I said that this is an aft balcony cabin, and we are on the aft balcony. This is actually a pretty decent sized balcony. You do have two chairs and a pretty decent sized table, which you could use for not only for cocktails or coffee in the morning, but also for room service. And what is really kind of surprising is the fact you actually have a lounger, which we don't find very often in mass market lines, so that's a really nice space. Now, To understand, we love aft cabins. However, this aft cabin is a little different because unlike many of the others which we had, which we actually get to see the wake of the ship right below us, instead what right below us, actually we see one of the pools. So you will not have the privacy that you might have on other balconies at sea.
So this wraps up the aft cabin tour, room 12521 on the Carnival Celebration.
All right, so to see more room tours, go ahead and watch this video. And as always, keep on traveling.